Hello, my name is Elizabeth from KMTL Event. Welcome to episode 6 of KMTL Artist Spotlight. It is such a pleasure to have with me today Humain. Could you please introduce yourself, your stage name, background, and where were you born and raised?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Humain. I was actually born in Singapore, but I was kind of raised in Sydney, Australia. So I kind of sound with a weird English accent. And I make music mainly based out of Seoul most recently. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. In here, I feel more Australian than anything, but musically, it's very like from Korea. So it's a really mixed bag.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How long have you been involved in music, and when did you first discover your passion for this art form?
I think I'll answer that second question first. I think when I was a kid, I just remember running around the house recording random sounds with a toy voice recorder. So I think it started there, but actually releasing music was from 2017 onwards. With my first single, I sort of chilled out and didn't take it too seriously as I probably should have. But I would say from that 2017 point was when I sort of launched my artist project.
I see. And what inspired you to really pursue a career in music, and were there specific influences or experience that guided you?
Honestly, I think I kind of fell into it because before this, I actually wanted to be a professional athlete, like a uh, football player, like soccer player. Um, it didn't work out, and then I wanted to do like design, like graphic design. But then while doing that, I found music, and then so I think I just sort of, one thing followed the other. I just started making songs. I mean, even before that, started playing the guitar, and then wrote songs. And then I was like, okay, I should release these songs. And I just ended up being an artist. So it wasn't like a dream of mine necessarily, but I think one thing led to the other and I sort of ended up here.
I see. And would you say that the main instrument that you played for your music would be the guitar?
Yeah, I would say that's the first instrument. I sort of picked up, actually, no, I lied. My first instrument is piano, but I was a kid and I was too shy, so I quit the lessons because I was too shy. And then I learned guitar, and then I learned how to sing. And I think now actually my main instrument is the computer, I would say, because I use that to like produce and write songs so much. Yeah, computer, I think.
And are you the one to also produce all your music?
Most of my music is self-produced. I think especially at the start, I was doing a lot of it by myself because I didn't know who else to ask. But I think as the years passed by, I was needing something fresh, needing people to help to grow my sound and grow me and for me to learn from as well. So through that, evolution on through those years, I think more and more other producers hopped on as well. And I think that has really expanded my sound.
That's amazing to hear. And in what ways does your Asian heritage shape your artistry? And could you please discuss the challenges you faced related to this background within your career?
Ooh, I mean, I think that's a great question. I think, having launched this from Australia, it's funny because I think I was just always try to be just this someone online, like, not necessarily physically so much part of the scene. So I think that probably is a mistake I made, but I just ended up thinking that my country is online and just being Asian was just like, okay, it was just a thing. But I think what really changed for me was when I went to Korea and I just saw people who looked like me, looked like us, being championed or like being, seen as superstars or being looked up to. And I was like, oh, okay, actually people do, look up to people who look like us. And, why not me as well? Like not in the sense of being this, mega star, but in the sense of like making things that are meaningful to people and that people can find, value or meaning and make people happy. And I think since then, I was like, okay, I think I can really, not really hide away or ignore my Asianness, but actually, okay, maybe there's something for me to explore here in my sound. So I think it wasn't really a factor at the start, but towards the last recent years, and especially now, I'm like, okay, I am Asian. Let's just own being Asian. It's kind of cool now.
For sure, especially society, sometimes it's so hard to face all the difficulties. So going through
Yeah,
all the challenges, we need to remind ourselves that we're one.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
How do you express your identity through your music, and what significance does it hold for you?
I think for me, a lot of my songs are about life and about the emotions or experiences people go through. So not necessarily maybe exact happenings because I think that sort of might invade some privacy for like people that I write about. But I think me being such a person where I'm, thinking a lot or like processing so much internally, I think that part of me, that introspection or that overthinkingness of me comes out in my songs because then the lyrics end up like, okay, this guy's like really messed up, but it's able to come out and be expressed in a very, I guess, consumable way because it's with songs. Identity wise, I think it's significant for me because I think it allows me to, sort of create this escape, even if it's just for myself. And when someone else also finds, that they can relate to the topics or to the songs or just to the mood, that's a huge bonus always.
So would you say that your songs are more comfort songs?
Ooh, I mean, I've been told that, but I feel like it's comfort in a very twisted way because it's like I get messages sometimes that people are like, "Oh, I'm going through this like really shitty situation," and then your song is like relating to me. So I'm like, okay, like I wish neither of us had this like shitty situation, but because we both had it, then we could relate and find comfort in that way, strangely. So
For sure, for sure. And how do you describe the style of music you typically gravitate towards, and how would you describe your sound to someone who haven't heard your music yet?
I think at the start of me making music, it was very between these three elements, right? There was this pop element, there was this electronic element because I was, into producing a lot. And being in Australia, like Flume and a lot of electronic artists are big here. So there was that. And then there's also R&B, so the third element there. So I think doing that trifecta of styles is, I guess, my DNA. But I think in the most recent times, it's sort of shifted where it's leaning heavy into the R&B side of the three. So to describe it today, I would say R&B is the core, but there's like pop sensibilities with melodies and stuff like that, and as well as some electronic production styles, I would say.
Mhm. You recently released a collaborative single called Collaborate featuring Seoseo. What inspired you to create this song, and what unique elements did you want to highlight in this collaboration?
Yeah, so it's actually interesting that the song is called Collaborate. It's actually funny as well because this was the first song out of all my new songs that I made. So it was actually after writing this song, which was actually some time ago, that I realized, okay, this is the direction I want to head for my new chapter of music. And actually, Signs came. I wrote Signs way after this. Don't break me. And I think I wanted to really highlight this sense of, because it is like R&B, but it's more upbeat and there's a bit of like weird electronic elements and a bit like futuristic as well. So I kind of called it cyber R&B at that time. I don't know if that phrase will hold. And I made that and I was like, okay, this low key kind of boring if it's just my voice. So I needed someone else to sing it. And I had collaborated with other artists, but I found Seoseo through her EP and I really like her sound, really like her voice, and I just reached out and she was keen and that was it actually. Yeah, kind of crazy.
And how long did it take for you to make the song altogether?
I think the first DNA of the song came together pretty quickly, like just like 1 or 2 sessions. And then after that, it was just slowly refining the lyrics, like the last 10%. And then after Soso sent in her parts, then it's another like refining and like fixing the vocal production and stuff like that for a few days. So actually, it could be done in a week, but it's like a week spread out over, I don't know, a year or something, you know. So it's kind of long time, but actually it could have been a short time.
I want to say I love the song so much. It's so catchy and it's just like, yeah, I
Thank
love
you
it.
so much. Yeah, it was kind of new for me because I had never made a song like that before. And I think once I wrote that, I was like, okay, this is the new thing for me. So I just followed that.
I love how fresh it is. Like you said, it's new. So interesting to see how diverse your music can go from one song to another.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because for me it's a yeah, it's a shot in the dark. I'm just like, okay, I think it sounds fun. Hopefully other people find it fun too.
And what themes and messages do you hope to convey to your listeners through this song, and how do they reflect your personal experiences?
I think collaborate at its core, it's, I mean, very typical. It's like, I want you want me, I want you to, that sort of feeling. Like the chorus goes like, late night, like, I don't know what to do, don't know what to say. Can we collaborate in the sense of like, I don't know, can you come over or something? I think it's a very kind of relatable emotion. And so hopefully it's one of those songs where it's like, you know, maybe you feel like that energy in you that night or something and you're like, oh, I need a song that reflects that, or like, okay, I need to like pump me up before I like actually message them. That will be the song, I think.
I see. And I wanted to focus a little bit more on the music video part. You chose a unique vintage effect as well as some glitch effects. So what was the vision behind this artistic choice and how did it complement the themes of the song as you translate into a visual narrative?
Yeah, I think for me, I think the challenge of this was I was supposed to be in Seoul making the video, but I'm in Sydney right now, so I was like, oh, and we need to make the video for the song because it's going to come out. And so I was like, okay, maybe we can do this FaceTime sort of concept, Zoom call concept, but it was kind of boring. It was just like plain, you know. So I was actually inspired by a lot of things I see on TikTok, like a lot of people doing these little glitchy effects. I think I remember seeing some stuff by Tiffany Day, like she does a lot of like DIY um video editing with a lot of glitches and stuff, and where there's a lot of glitchy stuff happening. So I was like, okay, that could be the thing that makes this FaceTime concept interesting. So I added that. And then I was like, okay, we need some lyrics. Let's add that as well. Subtitles, you know, always need them on. And then sort of felt kind of boring still. So I was like, okay, let's make it really vintage and old school, like destroy the video quality, glitch this, glitch that. And that's the result we have right now. And I think it's a good juxtaposition with the song because the song is like, yeah, very like raw emotion, right? So I think this video being so like destroyed, I think it matches it.
When I first saw it, I was really surprised. I like it's so surprising to see how everything came together.
Yeah, I know, I'm glad because the previous video, Signs was so like more well done. So this one being like just completely opposite, just like, yeah, destroy the camera basically. It was a fun experiment. So hopefully people liked it.
Maybe it could be the next trend for social media.
Yeah, or maybe my next video will be like even more like destroyed. I don't know. We'll see.
And on the contrary, 4 months ago, you were featured in the single called Five in the Morning, also with Seoseo. So, how did your experience working on that song compare to the process of creating Collaborate? And would you say both singles share similar themes, or do they explore different aspects of your artistry?
Getting lately, I get none today. Just know the second that it wraps, I'll find my way to your arms again, baby. Actually, that's a great question. Actually, fun fact, Five in the Morning was finished after Collaborate. She actually reached out to me because, I mean, I reached out to her first, and then she had a song and she wanted a feature, so she reached out to me after that. So yeah, it's a little fun fact. It's actually after, but the theme's actually really similar. It's like, you know, I want you 5 in the morning, that sort of vibe. I'll wait for you to get off work at 5 in the morning. I'll be at home. All that kind of concept was 5 in the morning. And for me, when I got sent that track with her melodies, I was straight away like in love with the track, in love with the song, and I was like, immediate yes, I have to like feature on this. And I think it's also a very, yeah, like you said, it's a very refreshing kind of song. I think it's very chill, but also it has that emotional journey as well in the song. So I instantly gravitated to it. And I think with Collaborate, it's sort of, yeah, interesting because it's the same core feeling, but the expression of it is so like different. 5 in the morning is more like chill, I'm waiting for you. Collaborate is more like urgent. It's like, okay, I'll text you now, you know? It's kind of two ends of the same spectrum.
Would there be a song in the future that will continue this story?
I actually do have a whole like EP or album. Actually, yeah, probably an album worth of songs finished. And there definitely are songs like this. Different angles, hopefully not as needy as this one. But yeah, I'm also experiencing exploring different styles as well. So I think it'll be a kind of a fresh take on the different angles that you can angle R&B.
I see. And I really admire the fact that your songs are so diverse from R&B to pop styles. So when creating your music, do you envision it more as tunes for a lively party atmosphere or more of reflective late night drives?
Hmm. I think when I'm writing these songs, I am just trying to stay loyal to the music, the track. Like, for example, if the track feels like a certain mood, I would want to just, fully be in that mood. And then I think only after when I'm writing the lyrics or something, then I'm like, okay, maybe this is, let's, tune this up to a more party vibe or tune this down to a more late night drive vibe. But it's funny because sometimes, I finish a song and I look back and I'm like, oh, actually, is supposed to be like a really cool, groovy song, but it ended up being like a night drive song. So it's always interesting how the end result sometimes shifts from your original version, which is really cool. But I think if you compare like Signs and Collaborate, Signs probably more late night drive, Collaborate could probably be more party vibe. And then when people listen to the lyrics, they're like, oh, okay, actually this is kind of needy as well. So it's interesting.
Speaking of signs, gaining significant traction on social media, could you share the inspiration behind this song and what key messages and themes were you hoping to communicate to your audience?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think Signs, I mean, I've always used social like TikTok and stuff, but I think Signs was when I was like, okay, this is the first like KRNB single, like fully. So I have to really push it. So it's like posting like multiple times a day. It's like, I don't know what day it is now, but posting every day and hopefully finding more people who would love the song there. And that was really cool to find more people through there. And I think the inspiration behind the song was is actually about like a situationship where literally like not good at reading signs. It's like, you take your phone out, it's like, what do you mean? Like, what does this mean? And like asking your friends, like, what is she trying to say or not trying to say? Or like saying something by not saying anything, classic not being able to understand the situation. And so I just captured that in the song. I was like, okay, I really like this beat. I had rough melodies and I was like, okay, let's capture the story. And we end up with Signs.
Would you say it's like a teenage love story a little bit?
Well, I guess teenagers would feel it, but I reckon adults are kind of, this is gonna sound bad. I think adults are kind of dumb as well. We also like go through the same things. So yeah.
I see, I see. And when comparing Signs and Collaborate, it seems that each song captures distinct beats and rhythms. So Sign leading more towards R&B, while Collaborate has more of a lively, upbeat vibe. As you look ahead to your upcoming project in 2026, what direction do you see your future singles taking?
That's a good question. I think it's funny because to me, Collaborate is like as you said, it's like upbeat, it's R&B, but I don't know what to categorize it as. So I just like I guess it's R&B, but it's so lively and upbeat as well. But the future singles, it's kind of crazy because I mean, I listen to a lot of things, but I think in especially the past 3, 4 years, I've been like consuming a lot of, like classic Keshi, a lot of R&B, like old cuts, like back from like the 2010s or 2000s, being inspired by that, like the old Justin Timberlake. So I think my future singles, again, to label it will be a bit interesting because I think people decide once it comes out. But you've got anything from like classic R&B, you've got this I don't know if you know Galant, that artist. Yeah, he's so good. It's like the smooth R&B and then fused with like some Michael Jackson elements and then fused with like UK drill beats. So it's like this weird mix of everything. So hopefully I was able to like pull it together and have that, line through it that is like my sound. So it's going to be a bit diverse. It's going to be quite interesting and new for people who knew my older stuff because having shifted to more R&B now, it's this new direction. I'm like, okay, let's just focus on this new direction because that's where I am at the moment sonically.
I can't wait for your EP to come out. I'll be streaming it for sure. I'm excited for
Thank
everything.
you. Thank you. Fingers crossed the end of this year or by the end of this year it could come out. So let's see. Let's see.
And I love all the artists that you just named, like Galant and Justin Timberlake, because it's such a throwback song, and people have been saying that 2026 is the new 2016.
Yep. Exactly. I think, yeah, it's funny. I think it's like, I mean, it's a whole cycle, right? You know, even with like fashion and stuff, it always comes back around. So I think, especially with music, it's a way to like express the old vibe in a new way. Like the new Kid Leroy album, for example, is so like, I don't know, 80s, 90s coded, but it's fresh as well because of the way he's done it. So I think it's really cool.
Well said. And as you continue to evolve as an artist, are there any particular themes or styles you're eager to explore in your upcoming projects? And what can fans expect to hear from you in 2026?
Ooh. I think definitely more angles and more sides of my brand of R&B. That is coming up next because yeah, I've got like 6 to 12 songs like finished, well, including Science and Collaborate. So that's a lot. But while that's happening, I'm like trying to play around with what could be next, like for next year or even for 2028. So I'm just at this stage, I'm just like experimenting, see what I can do and try to, find out what the next evolution is for me because I've been really inspired as well by a lot of organic sounds. Like, yeah, just like a cabin in the woods sometimes. Or like I was just listening to her, yes, last night. Yerin Beck, this Korean singer-songwriter, her stuff is like so nostalgic and emotional in that sense. So I'm like, oh, if only there's a way to pull that into R&B and stuff. So I think I'm exploring for 2028, 2027. But for 2026, it's definitely going to be just different shades of my R&B.
I love that you're looking so far ahead. I wish you all the best moving forward.
Oh, thank you. I sometimes it drives me crazy because I just want to go there now, but I have to put this music out first. If not, it's like I got to live in the moment as well, you know? So yeah.
Something that everyone forgets, even myself.
Oh, yeah, classic. Me too.
A little while back, you had a listening party showcase in Singapore for the song Science. Could you elaborate on this experience and how is it like to perform overall for a live audience?
Yeah, that was really cool. Actually, I mean, I was there for a while, and a friend of mine who's like a agent kind of guy, he helped to put it together. So shout out to Ben over at ACT for helping me out. And he was like, like we could do a showcase and celebrate the single. So I did. And it was really cool because we only posted it on the Thursday, and the next week on the Monday or Tuesday was the event already. And to have, I mean, not that many people showed up, maybe about 30-ish. But for being like completely unknown in the city and people just discovering that on Instagram and coming just because it's, oh, this is a cool like I don't know, KRB workshop and being able to meet people who were fans from like long time ago show up as well. That was really cool. And even like new and old fans of the music, even bringing like little gifts and stuff. I was like, oh wow, that did not expect people to turn up, number one. And for the people that turned up, I did not expect anything like that. So that was really cool to hear the response also to the new songs, but mainly to just be like, okay, there are people here who really support me. So that was really like encouraging. And I was like, okay, let's keep going with this new music.
And was there a moment from the show that was just unforgettable and even this day you haven't forgot? And what importance does the moment hold for you as an artist?
Ooh, I think aside from some technical difficulties, I think one of the things that really I remember was, just seeing because it's such a small event, being able to look into people's eyes when you performed and you could see their reaction and see if they were locked in or not. And when you can see people locking into this song or this part of the song or this whole atmosphere, that for me is really rewarding. And that's I think what I want to really create and keep for future shows whenever that happens because I think that is what really makes make moments like that special where people have sort of a freeze moment with you through the song and then you can like store that memory for next time.
By chance, have you performed in any other cities before, perhaps in Canada?
Not I did some low-key stuff in Sydney but not really, definitely not in Canada yet. hopefully I can go there one day. I think, I mean, the dream is, to just really visit the whole the whole world and all the cities and just bring my music everywhere, but I'm still small. So hopefully I can do that one day. And it's really cool to meet everyone because, online you can see people's reactions, connecting with people like yourself, on TikTok, seeing where everyone's from. Like there's a huge, I think, number of people from South Africa somehow. So actually going there and meeting these people like face to face would actually be crazy because it's different seeing a comment section and then take it one step further, seeing people in a physical room, and then another step further is people singing your songs back to you. That would be crazy, but hopefully one day. So I'm try my best to grow as big as I can, the best I can. It's just a really one-man show at the moment, but definitely would love to come to Canada one day.
I hope to see you soon here to perform here as well.
Thank you.
And would you happen to have any French words or phrases that resonates with you?
French. Oh, funny story. Actually, my like Saint Humain. Humain is actually was taken from French, as human, right?
Yes.
So I think that would be the only one I know. I mean, I know like s'il vous plaît. What's that mean?
Please.
Oh yeah, that. So I just know that. Yeah, I guess like bonjour and pronunciation sucks, but that's my limit. So I guess it's just those three.
Do you know the middle part to introduce yourself? Like you said the first word and you said the last.
No, you gotta teach me.
Okay, so bonjour is hello, and then je
Okay.
m'appelle
Je m'appelle.
Saint-Humain.
Oh, okay. Bonjour. Je m'appelle Saint Humain. Saint
Yeah,
Humain.
very
It's
simple,
so bad. I need Duolingo now. Save me.
very simple, but you could use it if ever you decide to visit us.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely speedrun Duolingo on the plane if I get there.
Hope so. And as we're nearing near the end of our conversation, do you have a final message you'd like to share with your listeners?
Final message. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for supporting me, following me, commenting, doing all that stuff. Because yeah, as a small artist who literally runs everything from his phone and laptop with the help of some friends, that's all I have. So I think, I'm just really grateful for anyone who's connected with me, who's stuck with me, especially through the years, through the evolutions of the different styles of music. And I just really want to hopefully one day pay people back by, being able to do shows, being able to, come up with cool merch one day, and doing that one day would be really my, I guess, dream goal to, give more to people who support me. So I just want to say thank you. And yeah,
Thank you for being you and congratulations on your success so far.
no, thank you so much. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for talking with me. It really means a lot because from so far away, I'm being able to connect like this. It's really cool.
It's my pleasure. And I have one more final question for you.
Yes.
What's a fun and quirky habit that you have while you're in the creative process of making music?
I gave it to my friend. This little fidget spinner, metal cube fidget spinners that you can pull apart and put it back and like spin it with one hand. So I actually got that on Amazon because I found myself when stuff was loading when making music, I would like doom scroll on my phone, just normal. Loading would end up being like a minute of scrolling, right? I'm gonna replace that with a little fidget spinner. So I did. And so I guess that would be a little quirky habit. So it's like instead of or two, just like distracting myself, I'm just like doing this fidget spinner while things are loading, and hopefully it was able to help me focus better.
Unfortunately, that wraps up the end of the interview. Thank you very much, Saint Humain, for being with us today. Wishing you all the best for your musical journey.
No, thank you so much for your time, for your energy, for your questions. Thank you for listening to Collaborate. That's out now. I really appreciate it. Much love.